Hey YouTube, this is Carl, KC8YLT. I just wanted to show you the insides of this radio. I just made a video of me making a couple of contacts to Europe on 20 meters. I was talking about the, well, it's not a complete bandpass circuit. These two variable capacitors and that toroid inductor. Before on my conversions, I was just using the antenna tuner to resonate the RF output here on the 2SC2078 RF final, and it was just a matter of time. I had to jump in here and had to make my own. I refer to it as a tank circuit to take the place of the antenna tuner. But the antenna I'm using is a Wolf River coils vertical antenna with a base loaded coil that you resonate to the frequency you want. I'm using an MFJ antenna analyzer to resonate it to the desired band and frequency I want. And this right here helps cleaning up the transmitted signal coming off the RF amplifier. In the receive circuit, I really don't need this. I can add one and it would improve the receive a little bit, a couple dB, but not much. And due to limited space, I'm just going to use one on the transmit side. It's not a true bandpass filter, like I said, but it works more, well, I call it a tank circuit with inductance and capacitance. What I've done is RF power coming off the collector of the RF amp goes through a little black wire right there. Input of this first trimmer capacitor. It's 120 picofarads, and the inductor, the toroid, has 15 turns of number 24 wire on it. One leg of it goes to ground, and the other leg is tied to this jumper. Then this air variable trimmer capacitor here has RF coming out. Goes over here to a small relay. These radios I'm using have two small relays in them. That's it right there. One here for the antenna switching circuit, and another one right here. This is for the transmit receive mixer switching circuits. Signal coming off the transmit receive mixer, or that can, should I say, which is right here. This is the VCO. What I'm doing is that signal coming off of it, I'm switching between transmit, which is over here, and receive. And by doing that, I get a little bit better quality oscillator strength and a little more broadbanding. But to address the RF amplifier circuit, one of the cans I do remove. There are some capacitors in here that are changed. This inductor right here, that actually came from up front. I think it's L60. Let me look here. Yes, L60, which is removed to help expand the clarifier circuit. Makes a big difference. That's something I come up with on my own. But anyway, that inductor right there you see, that goes in series with the base of the 2SC2078 RF amplifier. And that prevents bias voltage, which is coming off this potentiometer. That bias voltage, it keeps it from keeps the signal that's driving this on the base. That choke prevents the RF from getting fed back into the DC supply, which is the bias supply. That's what this transistor right here is for. It's a 7808 positive voltage regulator. It's also turned off and on by this relay over here. That supplies our bias voltage through a resistor, through a potentiometer, goes through the choke, and over to the base. This choke you see here, this wire wound. Let me get a little, work this pin over here to it. That was one of the DC filter chokes back here on the main power plug, and it ties in from it goes the voltage supply to the collector, and that's to prevent RF from being fed back into the DC supply, amplified RF. That's all it's for. But I made use of that filter choke that was over here. It does work well. I think so. I try to keep the power output down on these radios. And I'm sure there was spurious oscillations and there's all kinds of stuff coming out of this. I don't have a spectrum analyzer to analyze any of this. A lot of it's done with the frequency counter, 6-digit counter, and another radio. I try to keep it as easy as possible. But I'll talk about the kits. I've had people send me emails about it. One thing I've got left to do is I've ordered several of these trimmer capacitors in Toroids. Of course, I'm about to wind them. It's not a problem. Relays I have some of, and I may go with a different relay. I think it's this one right here sticking on me. I had to keep keying the mic to get it to come back to where I had good receive. I don't know if it's a problem with the relay or what it is. These are low voltage relays. They're like 4 volts each. They're wired in series. And they come over here to the microphone switching circuit over on the right side of the radio. The kits, I'm going to start out with the 20 meter band conversion, and we'll see how people like it, or I'm sure I'm going to catch a lot of criticism from some hams. I'm sure there's going to be some that may like it. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. You know how it goes. And we'll go with the 20 meter band, and if it gains popularity, then go to the 40 meter band. Last but not least, 75 meters. The 75 meter band radio works. I just need to make a video of me talking on it. I'll have to take that to work with me, because nobody around here talks on the 75-80 meters, but up there where I work at, it's about 40 miles from here. There's some ops up there that still do. So I'll have to take it up there and set it up and record what goes on. The video I made tonight, no external amplifier, just this radio, 3 watts, and the MFJ antenna tuner was not being used as an antenna tuner. It was just being used as an RF watt meter. I had the light turned off on the meter because it's just too bright. But wanted to show you all that. These radios do work. Just a few watts of power in the right conditions, and you can talk to Europe. That was my point tonight. And well, same with the 40 meter radio. I've talked to Europe on it, but it's been about a year ago. I should have recorded it, but I didn't. But anyway, I've talked about this before. We changed the crystal, 10.695 megahertz HC49U style case. I have some of those, and I have the 10.700s, which work just as well. And unlock clarifier. There's some mods done to the receive over here. Over here in the IF, there's a resistor changed. There's 2 back here in the receive. RF amp and the receive mixer that are changed. 1 can is removed. This capacitor is added to the bottom underneath some of the coils to bring them down to resonant frequency. Some of these older sideband mobile radios, they do have a drift problem. It's not the crystal. It's capacitors, so on and so forth. The newer style Cobra 148, which I have some of, that were unmodified when I got them. They actually work quite well. I've not had any trouble with them drifting. Of course, they're a newer radio too, and they're not being made anymore, same as this uniden Grant. So, but anyway, if you have questions, please ask. Bear with me. I'm trying to get things done. But anyway, I wanted to show that to you and say thanks for watching, and I'll say 73s for now. I'll see you later.